Yo, this straight up was the craziest Barcelona match I've ever seen. This was literally like watching a movie. This was insanity. And as much as I was about to come on for this video and rip Barcelona apart, talk so much shit, rip the defense apart, rip Szczesny, coaching, everything, they did something that I did not think they had in them. They pulled a Real Madrid. They looked like shit 80% of the match, played absolutely terrible, but found a way to win in a very, very important match. This is the type of stuff Real Madrid does. This is not Barcelona DNA football. Barcelona football is scoring 1 or 2 goals, keeping the ball, keeping possession, passing teams to death. Yes, it's been a little different this year because Barcelona will continue to press and try and score, but typically that's the Barcelona we see. Typically when Barcelona goes down, especially 2 goals, you're not seeing them come back and win. So I got to give props where props is due. They fought. They played with heart. They played with passion. And this is what separates good teams from great teams. Barcelona is a great team. And at their best, I actually think they're the best team in the world. Now, it's been very spotty and very inconsistent, as we've seen from this play, but the result, they pulled it out. Usually when they play this bad, they do not win, and they ended up winning. So this is huge, I think, for their confidence, because even if they lost or drew, they're still fine. They're going to make it to the next round. They're not going to have to play in that like knockout bracket type thing for the Champions League. This is huge for their confidence, and I'm super proud of the boys. Now, obviously, as much as I want to talk good and praise the guys, there's a lot of negative stuff we got to talk about, so definitely going to do some criticism in this video, but nowhere near as much as I was going to if they lost the match. So let's jump in and discuss. The first half might have been the worst half of football I've seen from this team all season. I don't think I need to explain the Szczesny incident because that was one of the most ridiculous and embarrassing things I've ever seen. Honestly, in the penalty, I'll give him a pass actually, because if you actually watch, he did not touch that player that he fouled. The player's boot didn't touch Szczesny. Now, the announcers were saying he slid through him, but the player jumped over him. So how that's a foul or a penalty, I have no idea. Rules are rules, sure, but in my opinion, I'm not even trying to be biased. That might have been one of the lamest penalties I've ever seen. I've been saying this the entire season. Very rarely does Barcelona concede a goal where I'm like, damn, that was a sick-ass goal. Like, that was well-deserved. No. About 80% of the goals they concede, I would say it's that much, at least 70% or more. They should not concede those goals. The first goal out of all the goals was probably the most, okay, fine, because the penalty, lame as hell, Araujo, own goal, miscommunication between him and Szczesny, and then obviously the second goal, what the hell are you doing, Szczesny? Literally, those should have all been prevented. The first goal, whatever, but again, it stems from Barcelona not knowing how to mark up. Cabarsi was not goal side. I'm getting really, really sick and tired of Koundé on the defense. He's so lazy, and it doesn't look like he wants to make tackles and mark up. I don't think he knows how to mark up far post. Every time I watch Koundé play, or at least defend, when the other team is starting to attack on the counterattack, Koundé is like near the box or on the box or the edge of the box or in the box, and there's players that are on the far post making runs and he doesn't mark up. It's crazy. He literally doesn't know how to mark up far post. And that's why the first goal, that's how the first and the fourth goal happened. They cross balls in because Koundé cannot mark up. He plays like a right winger when he's attacking. He plays like he's a second forward, and he's deep, and he hugs the line. I understand you're not going to hug the line as a right back, but when you're defending, you have to make sure you're close to the opponent, and he's nowhere near him, ever. And he doesn't get close when they get the ball. He keeps his distance, which is why opponents score goals on Koundé's side and cross the ball, and this happens a good amount of times when Barcelona concedes, and it's got to stop. That's my biggest critique on the defense, honestly, is Koundé, because Balde was great. He makes so much of an effort to attack and beat guys. He was honestly, until the end of the match, when Pedri and Lamine Yamal and Raphinha started to attack more, he was the only player that was actually making runs and dribbling players and beating players and attempting to create something on the attack. I do want to shout out Robert Lewandowski as well, because obviously those were 2 huge penalties, so shout out him. I do want to see him score some non-penalty goals, but he actually was a little more mobile today. He was moving around. His movement was better. He actually made a couple runs towards the left-hand side a couple times. At one point, he actually went out to the left-hand side, got the ball, beat a player down the line, and then crossed it in. I was like, damn, I'm not used to seeing this from Louis. So I actually think this one was This was one of his better matches in the last month or so. So I want to shout out Louis. First half, they couldn't get Raphinha involved. And then towards the end of the match, Raphinha actually started shifting over to the right. And I don't know if that messed with Benfica, but it created so much havoc, and there was so much attack that came out of it. In him and Lamine Yamal, they were starting to create a lot more opportunities, where in the first half, every time Lamine Yamal got the ball, my only critique with him, besides he needs to get better at finishing, which will come with time, he slows the play down a good amount of times. He gets the ball and just kind of stops and stops and stops. Whereas I would like to see him get the ball and either distribute and make a run, or try and beat your player one-on-one and just dribble down the line and cross, or just keep pushing up the pitch. He slows the ball down, and he did that a lot in this match. But towards the end of the match, he started actually trying to beat guys one-on-one, which is when he got fouled, which results in the penalty. So you can see what happens when he actually starts attacking players. He makes stuff happen. And then don't even get me started on Pedri. The whole second half, everything came from Pedri. Unbelievable cross from Pedri to Eric Garcia for that goal. Perfect header, perfect cross. He played a couple really nice balls. He was really the player that was kind of distributing and holding the team and was keeping the team afloat in the midfield. Everything was flowing through Pedri in the center of midfield. Honestly, just the entire pitch in the midfield was going through Pedri, and he was really, really good in the second half. And I saw it from him once. I saw it from Frankie once. They both got the ball, tried beating someone, and took a shot from distance. Frankie's got blocked. Pedri's, he shot it. Keeper made a save. We need to see more of that from Barcelona. I need to see more shots outside the box from everyone. Lewandowski's got a rocket. Shoot the ball. Raphinha's got a rocket. Shoot the ball. Frankie de Jong, actually, I don't think his shot's as bad as we think. The other day, he had a really nice shot. He kind of like curled it, tried to go far post on the right-hand side. I don't remember which match it was, and it was a good save by the keeper. But I like seeing our players shoot, because it can get deflected, it can go in, it can go out for a corner. I need to see more of that. Those two made an effort, and I do like that. It was a wild match. That finish from Raphinha, Raphinha's finish to end the match was world class. Cuts inside, shoots through the player's legs, shoots near post. I mean, that's like a Messi goal, bro. That was similar to Lamine Yamal's goal he scored against Real Madrid. Unbelievable. Those are the type of plays, like, for example, Ballon d'Or type of players, the best players in the world. Crazy saying that about Raphinha, but those are the instances that make the good players great and the great teams and the good teams great. And Barcelona was able to capitalize, and they were able to win, and they found ways to win. I'm so impressed that they were able to win this match. And it's such good confidence for them moving forward, because if they put themselves in this situation again, hopefully they don't, especially because all these goals were preventable, they know that they can claw their way back and to not lose hope, because Barcelona could have honestly scored one or two more goals. They could have had 6-7 goals this match, 100%. They just couldn't finish in the first half. So I didn't like what I saw for the most part of the match. I'll be completely honest, but they found a way to win. And I feel like I'm talking about Real Madrid right now, because they always find a way to win, even if they don't play good. This was crazy. This was the craziest match I think I've ever seen, at least in a long time. And I'm happy for the guys, and it was a great win and a good way to continue moving into 2025. Hope they keep this momentum up. Definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say. What are your thoughts on this match? I can't even ask you anything in particular because so much was going on. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Peace.